What's up, y'all? I wanted to talk a little bit about how everyone is talking about how police um, should be defunded and require more training in this time frame we have. I don't mind my lips chapping and cracking. But anyway, um, I do not believe that the problem with police and that we have going on now currently is the training that they're receiving in the police academy or any type of training for that matter. Um, the problem isn't the training, whereas the selection of the police officers that um, certain places are having. Um, for starters, let me give you a background about me if you don't know who I am. My name is Tevin Smalls, right? I'm a Navy veteran. I was a Navy corpsman. I stay in pretty decent shape. I am 29 years old. I'm a merchant marine right now, but this year, um, coming up on my 30th birthday, I will finally be eligible to become a police officer. Right? Now, I've never committed a crime. I have traffic violations, and uh, a lot of people that know me would say I'm a pretty good moral standing. Um, my background further than that is I wanted to be a police officer when I was in high school. I think pretty much since I was a little kid. Um, normally, people that want to be police officers normally start that dream or have that dream to be a police officer when they're around, you know, 10, 11 years old. They come into the school, they come talk, you see the gun, you see the action movies, you want to do that. The problem is the selection process for a police officer can actually disqualify you very young. And let me explain why. Now, I didn't do anything when I was younger. I started driving around 17 years old, like everyone else, and I received, I want to say, two speeding tickets my first year driving. Right now, I'm from New Jersey. I'm in Virginia right now, but I'm from New Jersey. Those two speeding tickets added 6 points to my license. Now, normally, speeding tickets that are not that serious don't require you to go to court, and obviously I didn't go. But those 6 points on my license stayed for 3 years. Police departments normally require you to have less than five before you can join. All right. Now, another thing about that process is um, if you get any other type of driving infraction in those 3 years, those points don't drop off. Sometimes they'll even add more points to it. So from 17 years old and on, I haven't been able to be a police officer, even after joining the military, even after getting my degree. Now, let me spin it on another way for you. Say you have Billy Bob that never left home, that never joined the military. Hell, never went to school, just stayed at home and really was just looking for a job. He's able to join the police department before I am. And to me, and I'm not just talking about like what I know about myself personally, but looking on paper, I feel like that was kind of messed up. Like, yeah, I may have a driving record, but it shouldn't trump me from being able to be a public servant. Now, let's look at certain factors that could involve race. I have never been pulled over and given a warning to where, oh, don't do that again, sir. I understand this is what happened. This shouldn't happen. Or I understand it was an accident, or you didn't know the speed limit, and go ahead and go. My first car was a Lincoln Continental. All right. I don't want to say it's a hood-looking car, but you're not likely to see somebody of European descent driving one. And also about Billy Bob, depending on his upbringing, depending on where he's from. First of all, his car is probably going to be nicer. He's probably going to get off with a warning. It's a lot of factors, I believe, that play a part in who can become police officers. Now, me, I would have been a great police officer. I can tell you that right now. I would not use race or any other um, certain, any other factor that doesn't include what I would be looking at the time would play a part in my decision making on how to handle a situation, while the other, say Billy Bob, could have that kind of mindset. And I feel like that's the problem. No one ever looks at the mindset of the person that's becoming a police officer. Now, they may say they do these psychological tests and psych evaluations and look at certain backgrounds, but like I said, if my background can be trumped by someone because they don't have a background or they don't have a driving record, that to me is kind of messed up. No one's ever focusing on where these people came from, how these people were raised, if they really want to be a police officer. I mean, and like I said, from Jersey, from New Jersey, our state troopers are making over six figures almost right out the gate. It's a very lucrative career to be in, and you don't have to want to be a cop to be a cop. You know what I'm saying? Now, when you talk about training, I can tell you right now, my military training, and this is just from not even like T Triple C, which tactical combat casualty care and other medical training. I can tell you right now, have been trained better than most police officers. Even my mentors in the military have been trained better than most police officers. So I don't believe that um, my training could be trumped by. Um, I don't believe that my training could be trumped by a novice police officer either. But at the same time, like I said, I'm just now being able to be qualified to become a police officer in a lot of police departments. I feel that they should have different restrictions for becoming a police officer before the training of a police officer. Okay, um, it just to me, I refuse to believe that you can train away racism. You know what I mean? Or you can train away someone from being stereotypical. You just can't do that. Um, there's no. I don't think there's any requirement on how many black officers and white officers you're allowed to have in a police precinct. Which it may not be that big of a deal to some people, but like I said, the 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 type of interactions you have as a younger person can affect your ability to become a public servant, and that's to me is just not fair. You know, and I'm not tooting my own horn. I know that eventually, say I was to apply for a police department, and I actually want to try. I just want to prove a point. I know that I'll stand out on paper better than a lot of people, but because of those restrictions on my license, it prevented me from being able to be a cop for, you know, I want to say what, 12 years? No, man, that's not fair. Um, the training aspect. Now, can you be trained better to handle different situations? Of course. You know what I mean? And I do hope that defunding these police departments will look at uh, better tactics for handling things. But even then, George Floyd wasn't killed with a weapon. He was killed with uh, complete disregard for his life. You know, you don't have to kneel in somebody's neck to kill him. A chokehold. You don't have to be choked to death by an actual chokehold to be murdered. It's plenty of ways. Like for instance, I feel like you should look at excessive force also. Um, Not every person is combative, um, but just because somebody is combative does not mean you have to use a weapon to stop them. And I'm just not with that. But if you look at many videos, you'll see that these billy clubs and these nightsticks, they're almost pulled out instantaneously. So if you're talking about training, yeah, but they're allowed to do that. So is it really a training factor? I don't think so. It's a mental factor. They should stop picking these guys that you know they look good in uniform and can meet the basic requirements and actually choose who they feel would be great police officers. And I just don't think that's going to happen with the current selection processes that are in place right now. So, you know, if you really want to make a change, uh, make a basic requirement. You have to join the military. How about that? For any police officer, or you have to have some type of profession beforehand where it requires discipline. Or you can't say that all these cops are disciplined. You can't. If anything, you could say uh, they're more gung ho. You know, but I guess that's going to come later on, and uh, hopefully it works out for the best. But as of right now, let's stop not calling it what it is. We cannot keep continuing to allow racists and bigots to become police officers. You know, because I can tell you right now, I can speak for myself. I'm a great person in terms of in a job in that type of atmosphere. But like I said, I was disqualified a long time ago, and it just to me it was just never fair. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to get on and talk about that. That it's not a training thing. I don't think training is going to fix the problem of police brutality. I think it's the selection. Uh, when we when we can be honest with ourselves and be like, hey, we're picking assholes as cops, and we need to stop that, then I think real change will come after that.